Hello. So we're
Hey,
live.
good morning. How's
Hi.
everybody doing?
I'm doing good, and you are doing really well. So were you on vacation or
Yeah, my brother, my wife, and I went to Denver, Colorado to watch the Broncos beat the Chiefs. So I'm back. We're ready
yes?
for another great event show. I know we got a lot of people who want to talk, so I'm going to be quiet.
Well, I wanted to do just real quick. Do you guys have anything going over there at Sapphire Lutheran Homes?
We are getting ready for Christmas. We're going to have our tree lighting on the 5th and our craft show on December 6th. And so we're looking for vendors. And if you want to be a vendor, call 406 363 2800.
Awesome. And then like I do have a couple of events that they didn't want to come, so I told them I would talk about it. Let me pull it up here. I have got the Darby is doing the Bitterroot Marksmanship Club is doing a community turkey shoot.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so it's Saturday, November 22nd. There's 10 individual slots available from each hour, going from 9 to 5 at the Marksman Range facility located outside the rodeo grounds. There, it's $5 an individual. The prize is a butterball turkey to the highest scoring individual. For
Who do they call to sign up?
Yes, so they're going to call Melissa at 406-531-9256 or Joe Hine. He's the president and head coach of the Marksmanship Club, and that's 406-625-2557. All proceeds are going to go to the Darby Food Bank. And even if you get the lowest score, you win 2 Cornish game hens. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's going on there. And then I did tell the Hamilton players that I'd mentioned, they had the last of their play, I Never Saw Another Butterfly, this weekend on the 21st and 23rd, November 21st and 23rd. And for more information, they can go to hamiltonplayers.com, and we'll put that in the comments there. And then for the Bitterroot Chamber, we've got our business after hours on November 20th. That's Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Valley Republic. And that's our business after hours, open to the public. So just come show up there, and there
will be food.
Well, I hope so. There's to bring food.
That always draws a crowd. The food.
It always does. Yeah, food and drink is usually what they provide for business after hours. So if you're ever curious what it looks like in that darkened building there, I know I'm curious. So Thursday, 4 to 6.
Perfect.
But we have a few guests here today. Okay. I'm very excited about. So our first guest is the Bitterroot Land Trust. And so I'm going to pull up a couple people that decided to join us.
Okay.
And their faces are covered, so I'm going to take that down. But welcome, Stephanie and Heather.
Hi, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about why you wanted to join us today. What do you want our viewers to know?
Well, first, we're so excited. This is the first episode of what will surely be a great podcast for our community. So thank you guys for setting this up to keep everybody in the loop with current happenings.
You're welcome. Yeah, we're happy to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're, as long as I can remember to come to the show.
I was like, oh, I'm going to have to wing it without the personality. You're the personality of the show. So I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
Well, great. Well, yes, as Dawn mentioned, I'm Stephanie Sipe from the Bitterroot Land Trust, and this is Heather Menning, a longtime board member. I am the communications director. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Bitterroot Land Trust, we are a nonprofit organization that has been serving the Bitterroot since 1997. And we work with willing private landowners throughout the Bitterroot Valley. So all the way from Lolo down to Sula and everywhere in between to conserve working lands, wildlife habitat, water resources, and public access to outdoor recreation. So we just completed a project in the Stevensville area that I'm going to share a little bit about. And then Heather is going to share an upcoming event that we have planned that we hope you can all join us. So we have worked with 68 local families to conserve just about 15,000 acres in perpetuity. So with the growth that the Bitterroot has been experiencing for some time, our community really answered the call with how do we preserve the very values that we love in our valley. So that's open space for animals, wildlife to roam, agriculture that feeds our community, the Bitterroot River and clean water resources, and then places for us to get out and recreate, hunt, fish, hike, everything in between. So recently, we partnered with the Bolin family in Stevensville, landowner Marlene Bolin, who wanted to preserve her family's original farm in the 3 Mile and Ambrose neighborhood that her family had been farming since 1935. So a really old farm with great agricultural roots and in close proximity to winter elk range up in the Sapphire Mountains. So for those of you who may be familiar with the 3 Mile Wildlife Management Area, it's directly adjacent to other conserved lands that kind of link into Marlene's ranch. So by preserving her 166 acre farm that she'll continue to lease out to run cattle, hay operation, and so forth, it's adding to about 13,000 acres of protected land in a really neat corridor that's important for not only agriculture, but wildlife movement. So congratulations to Marlene and to our community who supported this tremendous conservation success, and will continue to allow that property to grow hay and food instead of houses for future generations for perpetuity. So that's a fun recent project that we closed, and it wouldn't be possible without our community. So thank you to the Bitterroot Valley for supporting our work, including the renewal of the Open Lands Bond a couple years ago that provides funding for these important projects.
Okay, great. And it sounds like you have an event.
We do, and Heather would love to talk about that.
Yeah, so this will be the 3rd year running. A couple years ago, recognized that, you know, this time of year, especially with all of the winter outdoor enthusiasts, that the kind of culture around having the opportunity to connect over ski films and bring together the community and kind of get that snow stoke started for the season wasn't really something that existed in the Bitterroot. And so I reached out and partnered with Matchstick Productions, and we will be bringing a premiere of this year's film, After the Snowfall, to the Bitterroot. And because I have such a strong place in my heart from a value to protect this valley, I am using the proceeds from that event and will be donating them back to the Bitterroot Land Trust.
Okay, that sounds great. And it looks like you can get tickets at bitterrootlandtrust.org. How much are the tickets, please?
So the tickets with the surf fee end up at $17.85. And so that will be $15 that goes to the Land Trust per ticket.
Nice. And so will there be food? I mean, that's the same question that we asked a minute ago.
Yes. So the event this year will be at the Eagles Lodge. And so with that, they do have some available through the bar. But another local community who's on the Next Gen board has graciously, he will be doing a chili by donation as well. Wow. So we'll have a chili bar set up. There will be popcorn, and then the Eagles will be serving drinks for anybody who needs a thirst quencher during the film.
Yeah, and the Eagles, they do a great job. Their bar is fully stocked, and they're very professional. And so that actually sounds like a lot of fun. And it looks like After the Snowfall ski film will be Saturday, November 22nd at 6 o'clock p.m. at the Eagles. And you want people to buy tickets in advance, or can they buy them at the door?
We'd appreciate before, just so that things don't get stocked up, but there will be the opportunity to buy at the door as well. Entry comes with some great opportunities for door prizes. And then there will be a raffle for a lot of really fantastic gear that's been donated. We have Arc'teryx, we have camp, There is Element, which is a electrolyte supplement. In addition to that, a lot of great other donations from local community members, Aspen Leaf Yoga, Busy Bee Metalwork. So lots of great stuff that will be available night at Downing Mountain Lodge. So
wow, that's a lot of good prizes. So bitterrootlandtrust.org, do you have a phone number people could call if they want to ask questions?
Absolutely. 406-375-0956. And our new office is located in the Creamery building in downtown Hamilton. We're on the first floor. So I invite folks to come in anytime, visit about the film, or just anything conservation related in the Bitterroot.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us on the show.
Yes.
yes, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Okay. So next we are going to go South Valley all the way down to Darby, and our very own Marshall Gibson has joined us. Marshall, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Marshall,
coming.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Mayor?
Do you need the dunk tank for your November event?
You know, after the 4th of July rainstorm, I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I kind of thought you would. We'll wait for summer for that, but it sounds like you got something going on in Darby in November.
Yeah.
Did we lose him?
No, I think he's got work.
Did your taser?
I'm sorry, Mayor, I lost you for a minute.
Oh, okay. It
Oh,
sounds like you have a November event.
Yeah, so for November, we've got, we had a few events. We done a holiday food drive for the Darby Bread Box this last Saturday and brought in a great amount of food and monetary donations that is going to greatly help the bread box for holiday meals. And then coming up this Saturday, the 22nd, we've got the Darby Community Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dawn, do you have their event on the reel?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do that one instead.
There it is.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So you've done this. This is your third year of doing this already?
This is our third year doing it. This event was started by Stacy Horvath, the wife of our local fire chief, and a member of our community that does great things for all of us. This was her idea. She heads it up, and so she came up with the idea of bringing the community together. And this is a sponsored event by Darby community members and promoted by our Darby Events Committee, as well as our local fire department. Our local fire department will be out delivering meals as far north as Lost Horse. But it's an event that we try to put together to try to get the Darby community together for one meal and some great conversation and enjoyment.
Okay. And do you want people to RSVP or they just show up at the door?
They just show up at the door.
Okay. Is there a donation that you're asking for, or this is just a free meal that people can enjoy?
We do not have a donation area. This entire event is completely sponsored by Darby members, Darby businesses, local businesses here in Darby, local community members that volunteer and give donations to make this event happen.
Okay, well, that's great. So it's going to be this Saturday, November 22nd from 11 to 3 at the Darby
From
Clubhouse.
11 to 3, yes, sir.
Yep, and you guys are right there on Highway 93. Kitty corner is it Mr. T's? Is it still called Mr. T's?
Yes, sir. It'll be at the Darby Clubhouse, which is on the corner of Main Street and Tanner.
Okay,
Yes.
right across from the marshal's office.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Straight north of the marshal's office.
Okay, and now is there a phone number people can call if they need more information?
Absolutely. If they need to get a hold of one of us, they can call me at 406-218-1258.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks for being on the show, and I hope your event goes well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You bet.
Sorry, I'm just getting that phone number up.
Okay.
And then to the public. And then awesome. Thank you again, Marshall Gibson, for joining us. I know you're a very busy man. So thanks again. And we're going to see you again in a couple weeks talking about more Darby events. And we love that because we love to doing more.
Absolutely. We got a very busy schedule up until Christmas.
Yes.
I bet you do. Yeah, you guys are doing great.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you again.
Yep,
Thank you.
care.
Awesome. So next, and let me take this down before I forget again. Thank you, Dominic. That's what's great about this show. It's live and it's unfiltered. So you get to see
That's right.
all my little bloopers. So next we have Heather Barber, and she is joining us for the Hamilton Community Cinema. And I'm thinking that a lot of people don't know, Heather, about the cinema in the Valley. And that's one reason we were very excited to get you guys, you guys on the show, or you on the show. Wait.
Well, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, because we have found out when we tell people about what we're doing, most people are getting pretty excited. So on the board of the Hamilton Community Cinema, and we are a recently formed nonprofit that is trying to bring theater back to Hamilton. So that's the very short answer to the question of what do we do. But really, we are trying to work with our community to build the recognition that we deserve a theater, that movies have the power to connect people and enrich lives. And we want to enhance our community and even help with the economic vitality of downtown Hamilton and the Bitterroot Valley through the transformative power of cinema, and not just cinema, but live performances, and partnering with other community organizations to bring plays and music. And we want to do all this, in downtown Hamilton with our eyes on the old Roxy building. So that is sort of the ultimate goal, is that we could actually restore that historic theater and do everything there. But we're open. We understand that the mission is bigger than just one space, but it would be really great if it was that space. So in the meantime, before we have a theater, we are hosting pop-up events, and we've had movies throughout summer and going into the fall and winter to bring people together and just remind people what it feels like to watch a movie in your community with friends, family, neighbors, share laughs and food, of course, always popcorn. We have a great popcorn machine, and drinks, and just be together and not have to be alone watching a screen, but share an experience with people.
And it sounds like you're going to be showing The Big Lebowski, and that's going to be this Friday, the 21st of November at 7:00.
That's right.
Is there admission to the movie?
Everything we do right now is by donation,
Okay.
with an understanding that we are trying to raise funds so that we can build a coffer and ultimately, buy and restore a theater. But we understand that it's, movies should be for everyone too. And so it's a donation based, whatever feels right to you. And then we do have concessions for sale. So all kinds of movie theater, popcorn, and snacks, treats. There's beer and juice available. And this Friday, actually, we're trying something a little bit different, where we will be at the Elks Lodge. So most of our movies are being screened at the Bedford building. So it looks like, this is a last minute kind of change. So no fault of your own there. Because most of our movies have been there. We've got a great partnership with the city to use that excellent space for many of our films. And so we'll be showing A Muppet Christmas Carol on December 6th at the Bedford building, and Love Actually on December 19th. And those will all be at the Bedford building. But this Friday, for The Big Lebowski only, so you can get your White Russians, we will be at the Elks Lodge.
Okay, good. I'm glad you pointed that out. And then will you have information about your group at that movie and ways that people can contribute if they want to donate more than just an admission to the movie?
Absolutely, and always. And so we have a website, hamiltoncommunitycinema.org, and our Instagram, Hamilton Community Cinema. You can find out a lot more there about how to get involved. We're always looking for volunteers. And donors, someday we'll look for, big donors to make the huge gifts to buy and restore an old theater. But right now we're really looking for people to sustain these efforts. So we have a Founders Club, which is $100 a month for 2 years to help us keep it all going, to keep this vision alive. And we have about 15 Founders Club members now. And it's just this commitment to say, we don't know if it's the Roxy, we don't know where it's going to be just yet, but we believe in bringing theater back to Hamilton. We believe in these community partners, working with the Performing Arts Council and the Hamilton Players. There's so many business sponsors that have already, been part of this, and just investing in this community effort to say, we want this. We don't want people driving to Missoula and spending all their money there to go see movies. We want to bring those dollars. We want to keep those here in the Bitterroot and just bring that community feel back.
Perfect. I think this is a great idea, and I'm glad you guys are doing this. Is there a phone number people can call if they need more information?
Thank you. I was about to give out my personal cell phone here, which is fine, but no, we don't have a brick and mortar, anything like that. We have a 5-member board, and chances are good if you go to our website, you'll know one of us board members or one of our advisory committee members. So I'd say feel free to call or text any one of us for more information. We have a tremendous group of advisors, so board members who own Chapter 1. Mimi's from Mimi's Portico, Brooke Hathaway from SAFE, and all kinds of people investing in this. And the advisory committee is vast. There's nonprofit managers, fundraisers, people who do planning, finance, even people who run other community theaters. So take a look at the website. You'll know someone there. I bet anyone listening will. And so just call or text for any more information.
Perfect. All right. Well, we hope your event goes well this Friday. And remember, it's at the Elks Lodge this Friday.
Yes. Elks Lodge this Friday, and then back at the Bedford in December for our Christmas films.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and last but not least, we are bringing in David Ward from Bitterroot Trout Unlimited. Welcome, David.
Thank
Hi,
you.
David. Good morning.
And
First of all, Dominic, let me congratulate you on the election. So,
Well,
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Very kind of you to say.
yeah.
awesome.
So I'm
So-
go ahead.
Nope, I was just going to say, so tell us about yourself. So perfect.
Well, I'm the president of Bitterroot Trout Unlimited, and we're a local chapter of a national organization called Trout Unlimited that focuses on the preservation and conservation of cold water fisheries. It's mainly trout streams around our area, and we consider it a pretty important mission to do. And we have 2 main things that we focus on. First of all, to do projects that will accomplish that mission. This last year and a half, we've been working pretty diligently on the Lee Metcalf restoration. And
Nice.
We've been able to open several miles of breeding water for trout that had been totally closed off during the construction of the refuge 50 years ago. So that was a pretty major accomplishment. There's been
That sounds like it. Yeah.
a lot of planting of willows and other trees along there to increase the quality of the habitat. The other, and every year we do a project similar to that. And then the other main thing that we do is youth programs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in our 6th year of doing something we call Trout in the Classroom. We got eight different classrooms in the valley. We give them a chiller, a 55-gallon aquarium, all the instruction and all the chemicals they need. And then early in January, they get 80 trout eggs from the RLE hatchery. We deliver them to them. And all the instructions in terms of how to nurture those eggs from a fertilized egg to a fingerling. And then that fingerling is released in the Hieronymus Park Pond in May towards the end of school. So it's kids learning a lot from that, really enjoy it. Everybody wants to stop in and see how the fish are doing. So it's
Perfect. Now,
worthwhile
do
project.
you need any sponsors or donations for your programs?
We've got it under control for the next year or so.
Okay.
And then the second thing that we've focused on is the Bitterroot River is, a lot of people are concerned about its health. So we're in the process of doing what's called a macroinvertebrate inventory. We're in the third year of this, and we go in and very systematically inventory 5 specific sites along the river, collect all the macroinvertebrates or big bugs there, and then classify those, count them, and record them. So we're by the third year, in the very beginning of starting to be able to see trends in terms of what's happening with those macroinvertebrates. And the reason those are important is that they're a major measure of the health of the river.
Okay.
So
Now, are you looking for members to join your club?
absolutely.
How do you go about becoming a member?
You go online to Trout Unlimited, and you can join Trout Unlimited National, and then they ask you which chapter you would like to be involved in, and hopefully you'll indicate Bitterroot Trout Unlimited.
Sure. Now, what are the annual dues, please?
I think it's about $40.
Okay.
And
And
we're
then,
one of 14 chapters in the state and one of several hundred nationally.
okay. Now, do you guys meet regularly?
Yeah, we're getting into that. So
Okay.
you're about 2 minutes ahead of me.
Okay. I'll
But,
slow down.
Okay. And then the third youth program we do, which is actually, it's in its 30th year. It's called the Buggers program. It's done over in the middle school, and it's gives the opportunity for 35 middle school students to learn all about trout habitat, to be able to tie 6 trout flies, and then learn how to fly cast. And in the end of it, we have a big fishing day. We have a barbecue, and they get a chance to fish in a nice local pond.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It
Are
is.
there
The
spots
kids.
full, or are you still looking for buggers?
We'll announce the buggers here probably in a month for signups.
Okay.
And then the thing I wanted to announce today was we have a winter program series, and this Thursday, the 20th, at the Elks, we'll be hosting Ian Harris, and Ian is the youth director for the Selway Bitterroot Frank Church Foundation. And this is a very interesting foundation that does a lot of very valuable stuff for youth. Teaches them how to build trails in the wilderness, takes them on camping trips, and gives them a lot of knowledge about what's going on in the wilderness. And Ian is a very, very compelling speaker, and I think you'll enjoy hearing him.
Is it a ticketed event, or do people just come to the Elks Club?
Just come to the Elks Club. If you want dinner, we cook some very nice bratwurst and onions, and a beer is $10. Or if you don't have to buy dinner, and you can sit and watch the program.
Okay, perfect. And what time does that start on Thursday?
The dinner and the social part of it starts at 6. The actual program starts at 7. So
Okay.
come whenever you choose.
Is there a phone number people can call if they need more information?
They can just go to Bitterroot Trout Unlimited website.
Okay, and that website again?
Bitterroot Trout Unlimited.
.org. Okay, perfect.
And
Okay,
I think I've given you everything you need to know.
perfect. Yeah, so now we just need people to head on down to the Elks Club Thursday night and enjoy the program with Ian Harris.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's a chance to meet some interesting people, and Ian is as I mentioned, quite a compelling speaker. So
Perfect.
sure to be good.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
You're
Thank
quite
you.
welcome.
Okay.
All right, and that is our show today, Dominic. So next Tuesday at 9 a.m. we will be back.
Yes, we will.
And we're gonna have a guest host with us next week.
Good. Who's our guest host?
Andrew Killian of Grizzly.
All right.
And
We should have him dress up in a costume.
I think
and
you
an
both should.
inflatable. Yeah, I'll come in my turkey suit next Tuesday.
Okay, you come in your turkey suit. I'll see what I can get. I mean, I think we can get Andrew to dress up as anything to be
Probably. I think you'd probably jump at the chance. Well,
Yes.
thank you everyone for joining us today.
Wait. I thought you were gonna do. Did you have time to do a poem for today?
I could pull one up really quick, I suppose. Just take me a second. Go to my email and sent. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I thought this was going to be easier than it is. Let's see. Just give me a second. All right, where is it? Okay, no, that's not it. I should have an email here with my poem that I sent to myself in preparation for this. All right, let's see. I know.
No, it's hard when you come right off vacation and you get thrown right.
Well, that's the main problem that I'm having here is I was not prepared, but let's see. Okay, so this poem is called Feeder, and this is about feeding the birds. It says, down at the hardware store, I picked up a bag of seed with the idea in mind that my feathered friends I'd feed. I set up a pole by the fence with a dish on top. I sat back to watch the birds sample my new seed crop. I was hoping for songbirds, which is what the bag said. I dreamed of bluebirds, yellow terns, and cardinals red. But the first fellow that arrived was all black and white. That magpie was startled by a crow black as midnight. The next visitor was Mona. She's a stray cat. She got in the bush's shadow and patiently sat. Now came another furry friend, a small brown squirrel. He zipped right up the pole to give the seed a whirl. He was a messy eater and got seed on the ground. Next, 2 deer sneaked in without making nary a sound. They wiggled the pole and made the seed fall off the plate. There were still no songbirds despite this 3-hour wait. Just before it got dark, I gave the dish a refill. I turned off the porch light and put the seed on the sill. Sometime during the night, we got 2 inches of snow. When I woke in the morning, I looked out the window. There were paw prints in the snow, and I was not too thrilled. Raccoons had swarmed around, and the bird seed was now spilled. I was mad about the seed. This sill's too rickety. I was rushing out when I noticed the chickadee. She was hopping in the snow, pecking seed off the ground. Suddenly, there were lots more, and I mean all around. They hopped in deer tracks, cat tracks, and tracks of a raccoon. All of them visited under the light of the moon. I went back to the store and bought an extra large bag. While I was there checking out, I couldn't help but brag. At my house, you eat, even if you're not a tweeter. There's lots of room at my not just for songbirds feeder. So there's your poem. Feed all the birds, feed all the raccoons, feed everybody. They'll really appreciate it.
They will. The deer in my neighborhood very much appreciate when I try to feed my birds.
Yeah, I know they love coming in on those feeders.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be ready next week.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We will look forward to it next week. And again, join us next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Grab your coffee, check your email while you listen to what events are going on for pre and post Thanksgiving. Not a lot going on pre-Thanksgiving, but a lot going on post Thanksgiving. So Stay tuned next week for all of the fun. And until then, we will see you around the route.